Hike in the pump price coincides with the announcement that Dangote Refinery have started refining petrol and ready to distribute products across the country. They urge the federal government to review the price downward, put measures in place to help Nigerians cushion the effects of the present economic situation. Helen Osamede Kings, TVC News, Abuja.
Now, the situation is no different in Oyo State, as residents say the persistent scarcity of the product is affecting businesses and means of livelihood. TVC News senior reporter Litre monitored the situation in Ibadan and now reports.
Barely 24 hours after the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited adjusted the fuel price from 598 naira to above 850 naira per litre, the situation has continued to frustrate Nigerians nationwide. In Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, the fuel scarcity has led to significant reduction in vehicular movement, with numerous filling stations closed. While some maintained their prices without selling, others sold fuel at exorbitant rates, exceeding 885 naira per litre with long queues, leaving buyers stranded at filling stations.
Is becoming unbearable, pathetic. The nation is suffering. We are all suffering. We are going through a pathetic situation. This is only palliative that they can give to the populace that we can enjoy. That's all what we are begging them. We are pleading to them to return the subsidy. That's only they are giving to what they are giving to us.
Well, if they can find solution and reduce the price, that's the only thing that I can say, because it has been getting too much. For here now is around 890, I think, they sell for total.
Meanwhile, many Nigerians voiced doubt about Dangote Refinery's ability to solve the fuel crisis. They fear that its effort might be undermined by external factors.
I believe it should. That is, if the Nigerian context is not in this situation, because you know there is a way we do our things in Nigeria. But if it is not so, if everything works normally, everybody is given the sheer opportunity to be able to compete, then we should expect that to happen. But if that is not the case, then I don't think there will be any change that will come.
Do we know how much he will sell it? When he want to sell, he sell 48 hours. Within that 48 hours, NNPC has increased the price.
As fuel scarcity continues to bite harder nationwide, Nigerians remain hopeful that the situation would be resolved as soon as possible, even as they call on the federal government to, as a matter of urgency, address the situation. Olaide Oyewole, TVC News, Ibadan.
Former Rivers State Chairman, Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Joseph Obele, joins me now on the news this hour to talk more on this. Good to have you join us. All right, so while Nigerians were still grappling with this
Thank you for having me.
All right, so while Nigerians were still grappling with the scarcity of the product and hoping that with the announcement coming from the Dangote refineries that perhaps there will be availability and then the price will be reduced, there was an immediate hike in price. Explain to us why there is now an immediate, or there is now a hike in the pump price of petrol.
Basically, we have three off-takers of the NNPC distribution network, and the off-takers are the major marketers, independent petroleum marketers, and the NNPC retail marketers. It is true that the independent marketers can increase price arbitrarily. Likewise also, the major marketers can increase price arbitrarily, but it is practically impossible. It is practically impossible for NNPC retail marketers to increase price. So what we saw on Tuesday, it would be by authorization. There could be an authority, an approval given to NNPC retail marketers to do an upward review. Hence, we saw all of them adjusting their meter to 890 naira per litre, 880 naira per litre, depending on your area of the nation. But what happened on Tuesday, the upward review attracted a lot of national threat from the Nupeng, from Pengasang, from Ipman national leadership. And there was an emergency meeting on Tuesday where labor leaders threatened to protest if the action was not suspended. In view of that, the action was suspended, and since Tuesday till now, all the depots have not been loading, and I think that will further worsen the situation, as loading has not been going on since Tuesday till this hour.
So, is it that because the price was suspended, that's why, or the increase in price was suspended, that's why the depots are not loading?
No, the labor leaders rejected the upward review, and to NNPC, let truth be told, landing cost of this product, PMS, from the international market since 2-3 days ago is close 1,200, 1,300 naira per litre, and is becoming worrisome and is very huge to the federal government and NNPC. Hence, they describe it as fuel importation debt or recovery, and they describe it as $6.something billion. It's becoming worrisome because each litre consumed by Nigerians has so much to do. Call it the gap is so huge. When Nigerians are buying fuel at about 680 naira per litre, government is paying close 500 to 600 naira per litre of fuel consumed by any citizen of Nigeria. Hence, it has been described that Nigeria total consumption is about 50 million litres per day. Multiply 500 naira per litre by 60 million litres per day. That will go to the tune of billions per day. So the subsidy is becoming huge on federal government and Nigeria. Every person supports the removal of fuel subsidy, like Mr. President actually announced on 29th of May. But the crisis and the issue is the timing. No person is actually against the removal of fuel subsidy. But the crisis or the issue, stakeholders were like advocating that fuel subsidy should be removed when Nigerian refineries are functional at optimal capacity. And the time it was removed was e-timing, and that affected the inflation and cost of every other commodity. In ASA today, Nigeria inflation degree is about 33.4%, and is very bad, and that's affected the cost of every product in the market. And that was when fuel was about 600 naira per litre. So when Nigerians start buying fuel at about 1,200 naira per litre, invariably, cost of all commodities will reflect to about 200% as it is right now, and that will worsen everything. I sympathize with Nigerians what we are passing through, and I call on the government to facilitate the commencement of production at the 4 Nigeria-owned refineries, the two at Port Harcourt, the one at Kaduna with the production capacity of 100,000 barrels per day, the Kaduna refinery with the production capacity of 100,000 barrels per day. So when we are refining locally, in that regards, there will be sufficiency, and Nigerians will be buying fuel close 300 to 400 naira per litre. Nigerians buying fuel at 1,000 naira per litre. I think it's not really good for us as a nation. Following the hardship, following the terrible inflation, I think I sympathize with Nigerians.
Thank you so much for your time. We'll see what the Dangote rollout will do for Nigerians. Thank you for your time. The former Rivers State Chairman, Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Joseph Obili. Now, more reactions are trailing the new pump price of petrol. The minority caucus of the House of Representatives has condemned the recent announcement by the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited to increase the PMS price.